Okay, so this is a bit of a last minute video. I wasn't even sure I was going to do it or if I'd be able to do it because, like the video says, I didn't have my phone for, maybe 2 days. Can you hear my dog like snorting into the microphone? Anyway, so the reason that I'm making a video about this, because obviously 2 days isn't very long, is because a lot of times when people go without their phones, it's something that they plan. So they'll say they'll be doing a week-long detox from their phones or social media or whatever they're planning to do. But for me, and I'm sure this has happened to many people, but it was very random. I didn't have time to tell people that I wasn't going to be responding to their messages or do things that I would have done if I had even a 1 hour notice. Like, for example, take a picture of my school schedule since I don't know it by heart, or tell my coach that he should email or text my parents instead of me to let us know that we have practice and what time it'll be or whatever. So there were little things like that that made it different than if I had been planning to do a detox from my phone. And I don't even know if I can consider it a detox because it really wasn't that long. But I just want to talk about how it felt when I was trying to figure out what to do with my life and not my life, but things that I would normally do at certain points in the day when I just couldn't do them. For example, I'll typically go onto YouTube to, like, in my downtime, to look at videos, or I'll go onto TikTok or Pinterest. And a lot of people say that social media and our phones overwhelm us, but I felt, it's true that they overwhelm us, but I think that I'm so used to being overwhelmed that when I was off of my phone, not only did I feel very in the present moment, which could be thought of as good, but I also didn't feel like I was striving to do anything, if that makes sense. Everything that I was experiencing was right in front of my face. There was no dream boards on Pinterest to remind me that I should be trying to get rich or successful. There was no creative YouTuber videos to inspire me to try to do something interesting with my life. And I can see why that could be good in some ways, because it makes you feel very content and satisfied, and it puts you into the present moment because you're just not thinking of anything else. But I felt very uninspired, though. I felt very bored, obviously. I mean, that wasn't even the main thing. I had books that I was reading for entertainment instead that I've been meaning to get to, and more work. That's another thing. I just did more work in place of the entertainment time that I would be getting. But I think that there's something about our downtime that makes our work time have purpose and makes it more effective, because I don't know about most people, but in my downtime, I'm usually using it for some type of inspiration, like Pinterest and YouTube. When I go onto those apps and start searching up things that I'm interested in the moment, a lot of times it stirs something. It ends up relating to something that I want to do in my future. For example, this is a kind of a far-reaching example, but I like to watch movies. I like the Avengers. I watched Iron Man. What I want to do in my life, what I want my job to be, is I want to be a software engineer. My whole career choice, to be honest, stemmed from me watching Iron Man. The movies made me interested in engineering and technology, and that was where my career path stems from. And just for another example, YouTube videos. I would randomly be watching YouTube videos and find YouTubers that are vegetarian or vegan. You learn so much, and true, it is also kind of a a mindless thing to do, but there's still education in those videos. And so when you find something like that without being forced to find it, like in a book for school or by a teacher, sometimes it can just seem a little bit more interesting, and you do your own research, whether that's in the form of reading books or watching more videos about it. And that is where a lot of my interest in life comes from, because there's just so much to do, so much to look forward to, so many things to try, and it makes me excited about life. So when I was without my phone, when I was without the stimuli and all of these available apps, social media, I just felt very unmotivated, I think, because there was nothing in place to inspire me or make me feel like there was anything going on than exactly what was going on in front of my face at that moment.